Do you regard Frank as a really dangerous opponent?
Well, if I had a dollar for everybody, for every upset that there had been, I would never have to fight again. But I take everyone very serious.
I was in the Catskill Mountains and we'd done about 30 rounds there, you know, and the first time I ever sparred with him was about 2 years previous to that. And I'd only done 2 rounds that time, but when we went to the Catskill Mountains, we'd done about 25 rounds, and it was very, very good. And Terry was there at the time, and Terry goes, oh, you better take it easy on this kid, because Cuss said that he's just coming up, so you better, you know, just go, we're going to do about 4, 6 rounds. And the nutter come out, like, for 2 rounds, and Cuss either pulled him out.
We were just 2 young guys, and it was interesting.
But when we went to the Catskill Mountains, you know, I got my own back, I think.
I say he's a good guy. I mean, this is a business that we go through. I'm sure Frank must have landed a shot or two. It was 5 years ago. It was very difficult to remember. Yeah, I mean, I fought a couple of guys that I liked. I liked Michael Spinks a great deal. I admired him a great deal, watching him as I was a kid. You know what I mean? Having a great deal of admiration for him. But, you know, I mean, this is our business. I mean, if he wins, he goes up. If I win, I move up another step. That's the objective.
It seems to me, when a lot of people fight Tyson, that they freeze. Now, people are saying that this might happen to you.
No, Harry,
now, I don't think
freeze.
it will, because you've been in with the guy.
I've been in with the guy, and I feel confident about going in with the guy. He's just a human being like you. He's a human being. He wears shoes, he wears socks. And as I say, you keep on repeating it, I've been in with him, and I know him. And I'm not going to get into that sort of, like, bandwagon, like, oh, Tyson this, Iron Mike this, Iron that. You don't realise that the guy had a car crash, he damaged his hand, he broke up with his wife. All his mind is not on the game, on this fight. His mind not conditioned for this fight. And I was confident before all this happened. And I think this is a peak time to beat a Mike Tyson, Harry. You know, I really do believe so.
Now, he's a tall guy. He's going to be several inches taller than you. He's got a lot of reach on you. Now, does that pose problems for you, or do you think that might be difficult for him because you're that much shorter?
Well, height doesn't bother me at all. You know what I mean? Sometimes they say the disadvantage, but I use my height as my advantage as far as making the guy draw his punches.
I've seen today sparring partners who are built a bit like Tyson. They're short. And you're obviously going to have a problem because the man is going to be much shorter.
Yeah, much shorter, yeah.
What are you doing? What are your tactics to try and get to somebody like Tyson when you've got to punch down all the time?
You've got to box and be aggressive, but very, very constructive. That is my plan when I'm going in that fight, you know? From the first bell, I've got to be very aggressive, very alert, very confident, and no hesitation at all, you know, going into that fight. That's what we're playing, and I can't tell you too much more than that, Harry, because there might be some Americans in London watching and phoning over.
You see, you've had 16 wins in the first round. I just wonder whether in your mind you might be thinking this will be 17.
Well, if they come, they come. That's all. If it comes, it comes. I don't look for the first round, but when they come, they come.
Do you have a picture in your mind as how he might come at you, how he might fight?
Well, there's either 2 ways. He could either run and try to stink the fight out, or he could just come and fight. There's only 2 ways he can fight.
He says he's very confident. He says because he's met you and sparred with you that he's not going to freeze, as some of your opponents seem to do. So he could well come out shooting. Would that suit you?
And I would love that. You know what I mean? Please let him help himself.
You prefer the guys who come straight out at you, do you?
Oh, God, absolutely. I won't have to look for him. He won't have to look for me.
Yeah, you see, Bone Crusher Smith gave you a difficult time, didn't he? And Frank dealt with him quite well for 9 rounds.
Well, he fought Frank a lot differently than he fought me. He's very terrified, I say, when he fought me, and he didn't fight.
Why do you think fighters are terrified of you?
I'm not saying, I'm saying he was. He was terrified.
But why do you think that is? Why should people be terrified?
I couldn't tell you. No, I'm going to tell you. They know that I'm the best fighter in the world, and then I knew it ain't chump.
I've been training for a long time. Mentally, I feel very, very strong. Physically, I feel very strong. I need to polish up on a few little things in the gym. I know that I've got to move and sharpen up, and I know I've got an animal coming in at me, but I'm very confident because I've been in with that animal before, Harry, and that's no bull.
Well, you've always said that there's no one around it that can possibly beat you, and you obviously still feel that.
Absolutely.
Is there one danger man around in the world, perhaps, that you look at and think, well, one day I might meet him, he might be the one? Is there anybody like that?
Well, whoever it is, I'll be here. I won't be running.
If you beat Tyson, and you are the world...
You've got to try and put positive...
When you beat Tyson, and you are the world heavyweight champion, what is that going to mean to you? And I don't mean in terms of money,
right,
because that's taken for granted. You'll make a lot of money. You've already made a lot of money. But what does it mean to you to be the guy at the top?
this life is always about fantasizing, you know what I mean, and dreaming and things like that. You know, when you was a kid, you always dream about something, but in this world, nothing in this world is impossible. You know, as long as you put your mind straight on the job, nothing in this world is impossible. Nothing. That's what I think. Nothing in this world is impossible.
So what do you see? Do you see a short fight? Or
Tyson victorious, no doubt about it.
And victorious again? You're going to fight a lot from now on? You're going to...
Absolutely. I mean, this was an unfortunate situation that happened when I took this time off. But like I said, we'll be back.
Are you a different person because of all the things you've been through? Are you a vast...
Absolutely.
In what way are you a different person?
I've learned, like I said, I learned a great deal about myself going through those tribulations. And can I tell you something? I'm glad. I wouldn't want to change that hands of times. I'm so happy, and I look forward for the fact that God put me in a situation where I went through this and I survived. You know what I mean? Some people go through this, and they don't survive, they kill themselves. They're just walking zombies, they throw their lives away. And I'm coming through with bright colors.
And recently you were baptized, so that's a very important thing in your life now, religion.
Yes, it is.
Can you tell me, what does religion give to you?
Well, it gives me a whole sense of objectiveness in life in general, because, you know what I mean, I'm nothing. People look at you, have success, you have wealth, but you know what I mean, there's a creator, you know what I mean, and he makes this happen, and he makes the roses blossom, he makes the clouds sunny, and it's just a great admiration to know that I'm a child of the Lord.
And do you think when you go into the ring that God is on your side and not maybe on the opponent?
I'm not that foolish and egotistic enough to believe that, because we're all God's children. You know what I mean? But the faith is just in his hand. I'm back.